for your midday fix of fast and spicy side.
From breaking headlines to backroom whispers.
All served hot and fresh. Happy Friday. I'm Monique Tuzon.
TGIF, I'm Ferdi Salvador. Glad to have you with us.
And I'm Mai Rodriguez. This is the Daily Dish.
And I'm Chal Lontoc. Join us in the next hour and a half where the news meets the stories that matter to you.
Did you
Happy
notice our
Friday.
did you notice our new song?
I love
Yes,
it.
upbeat and
Yeah.
going with the holidays.
That's the one we danced TikTok
I'm
with
loving
Tommy
it.
Chanko.
Yes.
So, Kung Hey
remix.
Pachoy on a
We're all in
Friday.
red again today.
Red
It's
today.
Christmas.
It's
So,
almost
ladies.
Christmas.
There's big news from Kim Kardashian and her shapewear company Skims.
She is
It's now been valued at $5 billion.
I know.
You know, I still
Kim
have yet
K
to get
is
my hands on
raking it in.
Skims. Do you guys own
Does
Skims?
it have a local store?
No, you
No,
have
you
to
have
get
to
it
go
shipped internationally.
online, you know.
But Kim
I need
K
it.
is raking it in. Congratulations. If you're watching us, and I know you do, Kim Kardashian, come on this show. Let's go talk about your
She
skins.
is a
I need her to
CEO.
send it to
Yes.
She's doing amazing.
But what did you ladies do last night?
we were
We
all
were with you.
together.
We were with first time we all hung out outside of work as a complete DD host.
Yes.
All
It was
together.
so much fun.
Actually, we were crying. Like, Mai and I were
Crying
literally
with laughter.
crying with
In a good
laughter.
way.
In a good
There were
way.
tears because Ferdi had some hilarious.
Ferdi's so funny.
Anyway, no, let's
But you
not
know
go
what's
there.
one thing that everyone's talking about,
Yes.
and I know you guys are experiencing? The traffic,
Yeah,
right?
that's why I
Oh,
asked what you guys did last
I
night.
wanted to
because
cry.
It was a little crazy. I think the Christmas season traffic has officially come
Here.
in.
You
Yeah.
know the holidays is here when the traffic gets bad. I know it's not like huge news yet, but everyone's talking about it
it's huge
online.
news 'cause
Ang
it's
traffic, ang
insane.
traffic, ang traffic. So
No, and it was
We feel
especially
you.
bad last night. Coming home from your event, Ferdi, it was
With
there was
Crate
a
and Barrel,
truck.
yeah.
There was a truck stalled along the Guadalupe
Bridge.
Bridge.
But it's been traffic coming here too from the Scout area just within Quezon City. It typically takes me like 15 minutes to get here to Bilyonaryo. It takes me at least 30 minutes now, which it's insane. Oh, and we're showing right now EDSA Guadalupe.
Yeah, that's Edsa
speaking of
Guadalupe.
traffic,
That's live.
Yes.
That's
that live pictures.
Yo, if
from,
you guys have a chopper, please send it to us because this is the time we need it.
and wait until the malls start opening late
Oh
at
my
night.
God.
This builds up as well.
You know, this
isn't even rush hour.
it's crazy though. You know, like
But
Christmas
it's rush hour
season,
soon.
we have a
it's-
lot of
I
events.
thought it's like
It's so
5.
hard.
I thought it's like the rush hour is in the morning when everybody starts going to work, like
But
6
I guess
to
lunch
8.
It's like
also
6 to
gets
9.
traffic. Yeah.
when the
6 to 9
Christmas
and then
season hits
5
in,
to
there's no such thing as rush hour. Every hour is
It's-
traffic.
That's a good
Yeah.
point.
No, but okay, but
makes
you
me
were
wanna
talking
cry.
about Christmas. What's happening in La Loma? Okay,
celebration.
the center of all lechon in Metro Manila.
I don't eat lechon anyway that much. So
I'm gonna
I
tell
only ate it on the show.
Of course, Pinoys do.
Lechon is big for all the big Christmas
For
celebrations,
Christmas.
Yes.
all the parties.
But then they've seen 10 stalls. Okay, we're not saying all of them. You guys, please, tangkilikin nyo pa rin ang La Loma. However, they've seen 10 stalls with African swine fever tests that were done, right? So I don't know if it was
positive.
live or I don't know if it's cooked. So guys,
we
don't-
are going to have someone from the Quezon City Legal Department to talk about that.
Okay,
actually.
so you
stay
can
tuned.
clarify that,
Stay
but
tuned for
don't
that
freak
story.
out. And
But
then,
yeah.
have you guys seen the guy who's like always online for gate crashing celebrities?
Yes.
He crashed in the Wicked 2 premiere in Singapore. He literally ran
Oh,
to
yeah.
Ariana
Yeah.
Grande.
And
tried
everybody
to
was
hug.
scared for Ariana
Yeah, and
Grande.
Cynthia, we're showing it now. Cynthia Erivo was so quick to defend Ariana Grande. She was like blocking
That's your
her
wing
real
woman
quick.
right
I'm like,
there.
I
need
love Cynthia Erivo.
We need a friend like Cynthia Erivo.
That's gonna be
We
Ferdi and
all
Chal
need her.
blocking us.
Doing this for all sabay pa tayo.
Yeah.
But did you see the face of Ariana Grande? The fear was
Yeah.
real. And apparently this isn't the first time it's happened. The same guy did the same thing to Katy Perry as
Yeah,
well.
he's super well known as a crasher, and actually he didn't go behind bars. They just
Oh.
let him free.
I wonder
So I don't know
what
what the laws
they're
there.
gonna do to him. And
And it's super unsafe.
That
it's very
is.
scary.
yeah, it happened to
for
the Mexican
celebrities.
president, and then now
Yeah.
Ariana Grande. I mean, if somebody does this to me, you guys know I'm a bona fide celebrity.
That's
He
the
said
truth.
that here. Yeah,
Be prepared to
it
get
is.
mobbed then.
Speaking about celebrity, our guests today,
Yeah.
we are so honored to have them. We have the AA Patawaran joining us this afternoon, as well as Ginger Gaddi, who is very much known for styling, of course, for events, for big events. And they are both here today.
All right. I can't wait to talk to them.
I
Yes,
want to hear
stay
more about
tuned.
the lechon.
Yes. We're going to talk about some closures of the lechon stores there in La Loma, Quezon City. Stay tuned for that. But first, the headlines. In today's headlines, explosive revelations from former DPWH official Roberto Bernardo. The ex-Public Works Undersecretary tags former DPWH Secretary Manuel Bonoan and former and some current lawmakers as the Senate resumes its probe into the flood control scandal. Meanwhile, Makati becomes ground zero for a major protest this afternoon as public fury rages on over the flood control controversy. In entertainment, Kim Chiu and Paolo Avellino are turning up the heat in a new streaming series. Catch our conversation with the stars of the thriller The Alibi. And catch our conversation with veteran lifestyle journalist AA Patawaran and event stylist Ginger Gaddi live later in the show. Our top story, the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee resumes its investigation into the flood control scandal with Senator Panfilo Lacson heading the panel again. Our Hannah T joins us live from the Senate. Hannah, can you tell us about the highlights of today's hearing so far?
Another explosive affidavit from former DPWH Undersecretary Roberto Bernardo has sent shockwaves through the Senate and the Public Works and Highways Department. And he became visibly emotional as he directly implicated former DPWH Secretary Manuel Bonoan in what he described as systemic multi-year flood control kickback operation. Bernardo said under oath that his longtime mentor, Secretary Manuel Bonoan, personally directed him multiple times to prepare a project list for insertion into the National Expenditure Program, starting with 450 million in 2022, followed by 150 million in 2023 and 900 million in 2024. He said that in every instance, Bonoan told him that former USEC Cathy Cabral would facilitate the inclusion of these projects into the National Expenditure Program, describing her as the central figure who controlled approvals for DPWH insertions, deletions, and adjustments. Bernardo claims that every year from 2023 until this year, Cabral apportioned the allocable NEP across districts, reserving a substantial portion for herself and for Bonoan's preferred projects. He said Bonoan would also ask him to handle part of the Secretary's own reserved allocations worth at least 5 billion per year with an average 15% commitment. The affidavit states that of this 15% cut, Bonoan allegedly took 75%, while 25% went to Bernardo, with Cabral managing her own share separately. Bernardo also said he felt compelled to participate in the system and expressed guilt, remorse, and fear, even saying each DPWH official and employee has corrupt practices, including Bonoan. He also identified several lawmakers who allegedly requested or received project commitments or delivery of percentage cuts based on his notes and recollection. First on the list is once again former Senator Ramon Bong Revilla Jr., who he said he was Revilla's godfather and godfather of one of his children and frequent visitor. And he claimed Revilla asked for assistance during when he was incarcerated, and they met again in 2024. And there was a 25% commitment which was agreed upon in one of many lists of projects. And Bernardo said he personally delivered boxes of cash to the senator's White House compound in Bacoor, Cavite. And around 125 million came from the commitments coordinated with former DPWH engineer Henry Alcantara. Next on the list is former Senator Nancy Binay. Bernardo said Binay's intermediary named Carlene Yap Villa asked for project transfers as early as 2018. And a 1.8 billion project was mentioned and linked to a 12% commitment to former Senator Nancy Binay. Bernardo said he received 3%, and by 2023 to 2024, another set of projects, initially 2.5 billion but reduced to 1.6 billion, included a reported 15% increase expected by Binay. Next on the list is Senator Cheese Escudero and Maynard Ngu. Bernardo said Ngu handled donations and phone distributions for politicians in elections, and a project package worth 1.4 billion for Escudero carried a 20% commitment. And he said he personally delivered millions of cash to Ngu in a Cherry Mobile building. Next is Senator Jinggoy Estrada. Bernardo linked his relationship with Estrada back to 2010, and in 2023, Estrada allegedly sought 500 million in projects with an 18% commitment. And in 2024, the request rose to 1 billion and a 25% cut was discussed. And he said 360 million was collected and delivered to the senator at Diamond Hotel. One of the newest names that surfaced is former Senator Grace Poe. She was former Senate Finance Committee Chair. Bernardo said her staff asked for accommodation in the 2024 National Expenditure Program, and 500 million in projects were included through USEC Cabral, and a 20% commitment was collected by someone named Mrs. Patron, who is a contractor according to USEC, former USEC Bernardo. And we received information, Mai, that former Senator Grace Poe's son, Brian Pola Manzares, is the first nominee of FPJ Pantay Bayanihan party list, and second nominee is Mark Patron, son of San Jose, Batangas former longtime mayor and incumbent Vice Mayor Ben Patron. Mark Patron is the current authorized managing officer of VR Patron Builders, one of the top contractors in Batangas. And we have received information that the Poe family is close to the Patron family. And Bernardo also linked systemic insertions under former DPWH Secretary and incumbent Senator Mark Villar, saying kickbacks were divided as 50% for I&E construction, which he claims was presumably for Senator Mark, 10% for Cabral, 25% for himself, with Cabral getting final approval power for all the insertions. Mai?
Hannah, I know there's so much to tackle because the Blue Ribbon Committee hearings have been stalled for so long. First of all, there are so many questions. There were discussions yesterday about former Akobi Call Party List Representative Zaldico. Will he be invited to the hearings?
Mai, he's actually invited. Isa siya dun sa mga inasahan nating sisipot dito sa Blue Ribbon Probe, along with more or less 17 more congressmen, pero nagpadala ng sulat si House Speaker Boji D kay Senate Blue Ribbon Committee Chair Panfilo Lacson at sinabing hindi nga makakadalo itong mga ito. So kahapon din, kinonfirm na rin ni Attorney Roy Rondain sa atin na si former Congressman Zaldico ay hindi nga sisipot even via Zoom dahil he is currently undergoing medication sa Estados Unidos. Mai?
Hannah, what about former Speaker Martin Romualdez? We all heard the president's sister, Senator Amy Marcos, had something to say yesterday about Martin Romualdez.
We were all expecting that former Speaker Martin Romualdez will also attend since there were talks na meron ngang negotiations para makadalo siya dito sa next Blue Ribbon Probe. And even like what you said, Senator Amy Marcos said na dapat siya ang di umano'y VIP witness. Pero one of the information that we received ay etong VIP witness ay ang pag-tell-all pala ni former Undersecretary Roberto Bernardo. Kaya marami na siyang mga pangalang nilabas ngayong araw. At wala rin si Speaker Martin Romualdez dito sa Blue Ribbon Probe, walang any congressman, pero kanina meron ng name or name tag na nakalatag dun sa isa sa mga table. Inaasahan natin dadating si Representative Tubi Tiangco, pero so far wala pa siya dito. Pero maihabol ko na rin, mai-share ko na rin, after kasi nung pagsalaysay ni former Yusek Bernardo nung kanyang affidavit, sumunod sa line of questioning itong Descaya couple. Tinanong sila tungkol dun sa ledger na proof daw ng merong mga pangalan nung 17 congressmen na una na nilang inimplicate sa previous Blue Ribbon Probe, Blue Ribbon hearings. Pero hindi nila dala yun ngayon, kaya naman pinayagan sila ni Senate Blue Ribbon Chair Panfilo Lacson na lumabas at mag-exit muna sa Senate premises para hanapin itong mga ledger nga na ito para maging ebidensya dun sa naging una nilang affidavit. At so far, actually ngayon, wala na sila dito sa Senado. Lumabas na sila with the company of the Senate Sergeant at Arms. Mai?
Okay, Hannah, finally, one more big question, and this time it's about Orly Guteza. If you remember, he was a surprise whistleblower in the past hearing, and now everyone's asking, where is he?
Actually, nandito rin kasi si Prosecutor General Richard Fadulion. He was also asked, ano nang mangyayari kay Orly Guteza since hindi rin nga siya nag-appear sa DOJ, Ombudsman at ICI. Dito lang siya lumitaw sa Senate Blue Ribbon Probe. If we can recall, si Orly Guteza yung nag-implicate kina Zaldico and House Speaker Martin Romualdez, and he said that he himself made the cash deliveries to their houses. Ngayon, wala pa rin tayong makuhang info kung nasa na tong si Orly Guteza dahil maski yung mga opisyal ay hindi rin siya makontak. Pero sabi ni Blue Ribbon Chair Lacson ay the affidavit of Orly Guteza remains valid dahil it was taken under oath, no, itong pagsalaysay niya tungkol nga dun sa supposed cash deliveries. Kaya naman naniniwala si Lacson na yung affidavit ni Guteza ay valid pa rin. Back to you, Mai.
Hannah, may isa pa palang tanong, is there a timeline given by Senator Panfilo Lacson in these Blue Ribbon hearings? Kasi everybody is waiting for people involved to get jailed. And also, ang statement ni President Marcos kahapon ay walang Merry Christmas sa mga responsable dito sa corruption scandal.
Sa latest na interview natin with Senator Panfilo Lacson, he said na itong VIP witness nga kasi na dapat na lilitaw o susulpot dito sa Blue Ribbon Probe ay makakatulong para makapagpatibay yung kaso na mga na ihahain doon sa mga sangkot sa flood control scandal. At since kanina ay nagsalita na si former Yusek Bernardo at mas nag-implicate pa siya ng mga involved, inaasahan natin na after nito ay baka mag-wrap up na rin itong Blue Ribbon Probe when it comes to the flood control investigation dahil yun yung sinabi ni Lacson sa atin dahil in respect to sub judice rule nga, no, kapag ongoing na yung investigation ng DOJ at ng Ombudsman, maaaring ma-wrap up na itong Blue Ribbon Probe. Pero kahapon may nag-commit ang Department of Finance sa budget plenary debate sa Senado, dito sa Senado kahapon, na in the next 2 weeks, meron daw posibleng makulong, pero hindi nila pinangalanan kung sino-sino ito. That is to restore public trust umano. So baka mas mapaaga kasi itong statement o pahayag ng DOF sa budget debate ay nangyari pagkatapos sabihin ni Pangulong Bongbong Marcos kahapon around the afternoon or lunchtime, sinabi niya na baka sa Pasko. Ngayon naman, bukang mapapaaga dahil nga sinabi ng DOF na on or before November 30, posibleng may makulong. Back to you, Mai.
Thank you so much. Hannah T. reporting live from the Senate. Following his filing of an ethics complaint against Senator Cheese Escudero, a private lawyer now files criminal complaints against the former Senate president before the ombudsman over millions in alleged questionable transactions during his term as Sorsogon governor. Andrea Salve is reporting live from Quezon City. Hi, Andrea. What is the basis in the filing of these charges?
My private lawyer Marvin Aceron says there were serious irregularities during Senator Cheese Escudero's term as a governor of Sorsogon. He adds that the criminal complaints he filed against the senator today are based on findings from the Commission on Audit. Other Sorsogon provincial officials were also named in the complaint, including members of the Bids and Awards Committee, Acting Provincial Accountant Rina Garcia, General Services Officer Rosalina Hainto, the still unidentified Provincial Treasurer, and several other accountable officers who may be identified later. Aceron says the case stems from the 2021 COA report, which flagged more than 352 million pesos in questionable transactions. Among the items raised by COA are over 125 million pesos in overlapping infrastructure projects that COA says were impossible to complete using the same contractors, personnel, and equipment. More than 15 million pesos in national government funds, including typhoon relief money that sat unused for years. Over 8 million pesos in janitorial and laundry contracts backed by questionable or allegedly falsified documents. 1.6 million pesos in tupad payouts with defective signatures and missing authorizations, and nearly 196 million pesos in property and equipment entries that COA says do not match reality, including assets that no longer exist. Aceron says these are not simple accounting mistakes and claims they reflect a pattern of mismanagement that continued into 2022 and 2023. He is calling on the Ombudsman to conduct a thorough investigation and hold those involved accountable. The respondents could face charges under the Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act, as well as violations on several provisions of the revised penal code. This is not the first time Escudero has been under scrutiny. Last month, Aceron also filed an ethics complaint against the senator over alleged illegal campaign donations. Aceron denies any political motive, saying he is simply pushing for honest and transparent government. Mai, he says the ombudsman now has an opportunity to show that accountability in government is not just a slogan. Back to you, Mai.
Andrea Salve, live from Quezon City. Thank you, Andrea. Various activities are lined up in today's celebration of the anniversary of the office of the Vice President. Our Joan Manalo is on the phone from Makati. Joan, what's expected to happen today and who are the invited guests?
The office of the Vice President, it's marking its 90th anniversary today, with no less than Vice President Sara Duterte leading the celebration here at the Makati Shangri-La Hotel. VP Sara arrived at the venue at around 9:49 a.m. and is expected to deliver a keynote speech toward the end of the program. Also in attendance are former Presidents Gloria Macapagal Arroyo and Joseph Erap Estrada, who both previously served as the country's 9th and 10th Vice Presidents, respectively. The OVP recognized their contributions to the office as former Vice Presidents and presented them with a coffee table book featuring the accomplishments and highlights of the OVP. Despite the ongoing Senate Blue Ribbon Committee hearing, Senator Jinggoy Estrada is also here to accompany his father and to deliver a speech on behalf of the former president. Estrada was earlier implicated by former DPWH Undersecretary Roberto Bernardo, who alleged that he was among the legislators who received a 25% kickback from DPWH projects. Makati City Mayor Nancy Binay is also present and earlier delivered the event's opening remarks, where she thanked the OVP for being instrumental in her call to public service. She also recounted her experience supporting her father, former Vice President Jejomar Binay, which she said helped her realize how much more can be done for the country. Nancy Binay has likewise been implicated by Bernardo in today's Senate hearing, alleging that she initially asked for a 12% cut through a representative, which later increased to 15% in various projects. Later this afternoon, the OVP is set to launch its pop-up exhibit at the Fisher Mall in Quezon City. And this exhibit highlights the legacies and contributions of former vice presidents, featuring curated stories, photographs, and memorabilia that showcase 9 decades of the OVP's leadership. Mai.
Thank you, Joan Manalo, reporting to us from Makati. In other news, the family of Filipino drug convict Mary Jane Veloso is seeking the Supreme Court's intervention into her case. Veloso continues to serve jail time here after being transferred from Indonesia. Elijah Bonzo is on the phone for the details. Hi, Elijah. What is the petition filed by the family?
Mai, as the first anniversary of Mary Jane Veloso's transfer to Philippine custody nears, her family and supporters have filed a habeas corpus petition before the Supreme Court demanding that it review the legality of Veloso's detention in the Philippines. The petition asserts that Veloso's continued confinement is unlawful, as she has not been convicted under the Philippine law and at the same time does not deserve to be detained because she is in fact a victim of trafficking. Mary Jane Veloso is an OFW who was arrested in 2010 after a suitcase she was carrying was found lined with heroin. The suitcase was allegedly provided by her overseas recruiter, Maria Cristina Serio, who was indicted for violations of the Anti-Trafficking in Persons Act and for estafa under the revised penal code. Celia Veloso, Mary Jane's mother, shares that her daughter is experiencing various illnesses. She calls on the government, particularly President Bongbong Marcos Jr., to expedite her daughter's release. Last year, President Marcos confirmed that the Indonesian government did not impose any conditions upon the transfer of Veloso's custody and that the grant of executive clemency in Veloso's case rests with him. Mai.
Thank you, Elijah Bonzo, reporting. The country's financial district will be the site of a major protest action this afternoon. The rally is centered on condemning the flood control corruption scandal. Paolo Barcelon joins us live from Makati. Paolo, who will take part in this protest?
My residents of nearby upscale villages will join forces with various civil society groups to launch a white ribbon walk and protest against corruption that's expected at around 5 o'clock this afternoon. Now, we've been traveling all throughout some of the routes that they will be heading to, like the vicinity around the shopping district in Ayala Avenue, as well as nearby roads. Roads are still clear as of the moment, and traffic is still the usual Friday traffic situation that we encounter in Makati City. Now, Nagkaisa Labor Coalition Chairman Sami Matula says the said march is reflective of communities' call for survival amid the effects of environmental disasters, and that groups from all walks of life are calling for accountability amid ongoing probes and exposés related to the flood control scandal. Nagkaisa is among several cause-oriented groups that will be joining the protest action later. According to the routes shared by organizers, 2 groups will converge around the Ayala Triangle, one coming from the One Ayala and the Rustan side, while another will be coming from the Buendia, and a program will be held at the Ninoy Aquino Monument just near Ayala Avenue. Employees from various companies in Makati will also be taking part, and representatives such as Bayan Representatives Percy Sendanya, Chal Diokno, Dadak Hiram Ismula, and Mamamayang Liberal Party List Representative Laila De Lima are expected to attend. Ma'am.
Thank you, Paolo Barcelon, live from Makati City. The Quezon City government ordered the temporary closure of several lechon stores in the La Loma area. This comes after some of the pigs tested positive for African swine fever. We now have on the phone Attorney Carlo Austria of the Quezon City Legal Department. Good afternoon, Attorney Austria.
Good afternoon po, ma'am.
All right, how many lechon stores were ordered closed and until when will this take effect? Because there are concerns now that this will affect supply during the Christmas season.
I understand, ma'am. Currently, 14 establishments po yung inissuean ng closure order po ng ating Business Permits and Licensing Department. And yung closure will remain in effect until masatisfy po yung city and national government na free and clear na of any ASF yung establishments po nila. That being said, yung local na pamahalan po ay tumutulong po directly with establishments para mapabilis po yung kanilang compliance po, ma'am.
Right. Would you know how the pigs contracted ASF and how widespread is the infection?
Yes, ma'am. Yung buong stretch po dun sa La Loma kung saan po bumibili po yung ating mga kababayan ng lechon, pinasara po natin lahat. Dun sa routine inspection po natin ginawa, na-discover po na 4 out of the 12 pigs were positive for ASF. So, pina-clear po lahat as a matter of precaution in accordance with prevailing rules po natin. Hindi po natin sure talaga kung paano na-acquire yung ASF. Ang current prevailing theory is baka nga po yung area po mismo is unsanitary at doon po na-acquire yung virus po.
Okay, this could be a big blow to the lechon industry in La Loma. Any assistance to those businesses that may be affected? Any assistance from the Quezon City government?
Yes po, we understand that. Kaya nga po directly na tumutulong po yung local government para ma-ensure po that they can get back to operating as soon as possible. As of right now, our health department, our sanitation team is on the ground to assist the establishments para ma-sanitize po yung area so that the establishments can get back on their feet as soon as possible. As to the lechoneros themselves na hindi po nakakapagtrabaho, meron pong current programs po ang local government na pwede po sila makahingi po ng financial assistance or maybe small business benefits habang hindi po sila makatakbo.
Finally, Attorney, let's remind the public, ASF is not passed on from pigs to humans. Ano po? But what is your advice for lechon customers as you continue efforts to prevent the spread of this disease?
Thank you po. Tama po, ma'am. Ang ASF hindi po natatransmit sa mga tao at so far wala naman pong findings na it will cause any harm to people. Pero we encourage lahat po yung mga mamamayan natin to ensure po na yung bibilin po nilang products ay meron pong National Meat Inspection Service seal of safety na accredited po yung kanilang mga pinagbibilan po.
Thank you so much for your time today, Attorney Carlo Austria from the Quezon City Legal Department. Coming up next, we will speak with a prolific writer and veteran lifestyle columnist, AA Patawaran, right here on The Daily Dish. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. You're watching The Daily Dish. We're serving something special today with words, wit, and wisdom.
Joining us in the studio is celebrated and much respected writer, editor, storyteller, who else but AA Patawaran.
AA, oh my gosh, it's a crazy day today.
I feel the weight of the studio.
Yes, yes. So, you know, you've always been a celebrated writer, or I would say wordsmith. In Philippine journalism for quite some time now. I'm not going to tell them how many years because I think you want to remain my friend. But when did this all start for you?
I think it started since childhood. I remember, like in my grade school notebook, I would write my name, journalism, and University of the Philippines, which is what happened decades later. I took up journalism in
You
at
were
UP
manifesting
Diliman.
already
I was
at
already
that young
manifest,
age.
yeah. Mhm.
Wow, but he's, you know what, Chal, he's chronicled the best in fashion, in lifestyle, in politics even, and you know the the most recognized faces. Who among these categories, which among these categories are your favorite to talk about or to write about?
I think that women have become one of my strengths. Because like I remember as a kid, I was reading about. We've had this conversation. I was reading about Babe Paley.
Yes.
But my whole career has been a surprise. Had been a surprise. You know.
I remember that conversation.
Yeah.
We were in a swimming pool in Champagne.
But AA
But
also.
I was
with-
like fascinated by
That world.
This swans of New York
Yeah.
or princesses, you know. But so that led me to like my fascination with the good life, 5-star hotels, first class travel, and all of that, which is maybe why I ended up in lifestyle journalism.
You said wordsmith, and I love that because when it comes to AA, yes, you talk about these lifestyle things, but you've also been very great with your cultural commentary. In a way, in many ways, you've shaped the narrative here in the city, in the Philippines.
Thank you.
Yes, and when you do that, what would you say is your narrative style? Kasi laging when I read you, AA, there's a pat in the back, but there's also a punch in the gut, and then back to a pat in the back. It's beautifully done. So what is the AA Patawaran style?
I'm not really, I try to be very honest and I try not to stick. In fact, I don't believe in style. I believe that your message or your story should be the one that dictates the style rather
Right.
than you imposing your style on them. So I'm very experimental when I write. Like if I want to write like a rap artist, I want to write like Vladimir Nabokov. It doesn't really matter. I can write I try to write like, if I were writing about dancing, I'll write about studio in the way Studio 54 would be written about. I always like adjust to the topic.
Yes. In fact, recently, unfortunately, you know, former Senate President Enrile passed away yesterday with an official statement, and you actually posted something beautiful. I don't know if we've got it, if we can post it on the screen right
Beautifully
now.
written.
But it was just beautifully written, and here it is. Juan Ponce Enrile, what was it? When I have, you know,
When I
this-
have fears that I may cease to be, which is a poem by John Keats. It's like I remember, I was invited to the 60th anniversary of the wedding between Christina and when I had a chance to chit chat with him, because like when I was young, I thought that I could die at 30 and I'd be okay. But when I met Juan Ponce Enrile, when I met F. Sinil Jose, when I met Cirilo Bautista, I realized I could be 90 and still be
And live.
sharp and still write novels and stuff like. So my question to him was, how do you keep your mind sharp?
Sharp, correct.
And he goes, I read poems. I memorize poems. I've been memorizing poems since I was young.
Okay.
And so he goes, that's how you keep your mind sharp, by memorizing something.
But that's a beautiful tribute to the late president, speaker. I mean,
Juan Ponce Enrile.
Yeah, Senate President of
And
that's
you
Juan
write
Ponce Enrile.
You actually write poetry too.
Yes.
I catch it sometimes, right? So you've dabbled in all of this, not just dabbled, actually you dive into all of these different ways of writing, of prose. But nowadays, for the young ones, may AI na, right?
yeah.
How do you feel about that as a writer, as an artist in your own way with your words?
When I was in my former company, I was like totally against it because I said, I know that this is unwinnable,
Right.
but I want to fight till I know that I'm
To
I've
the
lost.
end.
Because my only fear is that like if with AI, why would kids bother with grammar?
Right.
Why would you memorize the multiplication table. I think that we're going to be relying more and more on AI. I think it's going to happen. And I hope that the education people would be able to find a way to get people to at least memorize basic grammar. Because like otherwise, you just rely on something that's just regurgitating stuff
we'll
from
be
the net.
speaking in emojis.
Sorry, because when AA said grammar, bigla ako na pa ganito. He just recently celebrated his birthday and my greeting was, Happy best of the bestest birthday. Sabi ko, ay si AA
But
pala to, and I said
I think
bestest.
he knows you were chiding. But that's important that you just said that, AA, because up to now, I'm one of those people who hasn't really used AI or chat GPT, especially with scripts or the things that I write. Like you, I'm holding on to the last bastion. But we do have to evolve.
Yes. We do have to embrace it.
Right.
And I remember I met someone in Bangkok who was into this technology and stuff, and she said to me, if you think the stupid people can sound smart using artificial intelligence, can you imagine what the smart people would sound like if they use AI? You know? So don't get left behind. So, you know.
I think today you're just giving us a quotable quote. Okay, if you want the stupid people to sound intelligent, quote AI. But that's really, I think there's a lot of truth to that. But you know what's not attainable via AI or chat GPT is your new book.
Yeah.
I would like to talk about it.
Yes, this is
Your
your
novel.
first
This
novel.
was my first.
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course, you've written other books, but this is
Yeah.
your first novel. And
Yeah.
look, can we show it? Burlongan.
Burlongan. It's called
artwork.
Misericordia by AA Patawaran. Tell us about this and what your novel would like to narrate.
It's actually about social activism, but from the lens of the rich kids.
So social activism.
Forever naman when it comes to AA.
Okay.
Oo. And so the process
So
of
it's like
writing this, yeah.
it's an exploration of privilege and conscience and, you know, like how to not live in a bubble and still be in a bubble anyway, but try to, you know, like to see life. It's also like a travelogue because it takes the characters across the Philippines from Caliraya to Iloilo. So it talks about food, eating in Iloilo and stuff like that. Yeah.
Any character inspirations?
A lot of it is drawn from life.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna ask you.
Because everything, all writing naman is drawn from life. No?
Yes.
All creation is drawn from your life. But except that, of course, you try to do a composite of many, many things.
Right.
And, but it's actually, this Borlongan, it's actually happened to me when I was in college at UP and joined my first rally because of David Celdran, who at the time was the student council president.
Oh, okay.
And he said to me, hindi ka ba nahihiya na suspended ang classes and you're here playing tong-its? And so it's suspended because we're supposed to be fighting for our country. So I joined my first rally and I strayed from UP and I found myself in this group of, I think they were NPAs because kinabit bisig nila ako and we started running.
Wow.
And they were screaming, NPA lumalawak. And I was so ashamed. I was like, oh my God, I'm not pro NPA or something like that.
Weren't you scared? Oh my gosh.
No, I wasn't scared. I just thought that, am I here for NPA? Is this an NPA thing? Yeah.
So
Walang first class lunch
Oh,
doon.
from NPA to, of course, all the biggest parties, all the big names.
Yes.
Just out of curiosity, any nuggets in there in that book where we see, this is the character of AA.
Of ex-person.
Or even of you. Basahin na lang nila.
Yeah.
Oh no!
No,
my
but that
gosh.
takes them from the whole. Because like I always think that sometimes the Philippines is represented as a poor country, right?
Yeah.
In general, like in our literature, in a way, parang I'd like this to be a presentation of the life in the Philippines in general,
Okay.
which includes Manila Polo Club, which includes Shangri-La the Fort, and
Yes.
stuff like that.
So AA, you know I'm very self-centered. Am I in the book?
Lahat, we're all there. No?
Okay, AA part 2 na lang ako. Okay lang.
But you know, you've built a lot of relationships with, you know, with stellar personalities, and it's no secret that you're super friends with Heart Evangelista. If you were going to write a book about heart, what title would it be?
Oh God, it's hard. It's hard for me to answer because it's hard for me to think creatively at the spur of the moment. But we were planning. Heart doesn't want a book written about her until she's old, until she can look back and see what her life had been about. And so I think her story is developing.
That's gonna take a long time.
Still
We're still gonna
evolving.
be here. Still evolving. Yeah, she is one of those chameleons, and you're right. Her story is still evolving. But if you were going to describe, if you're going to say, or just one word as a title, a working title.
I can't think.
I would say Love Marie. Or 2 words yun, di ba?
2 words.
But please tell them where can we get this book?
We're still mass producing the book. A few hundred copies, I think, were produced just for the Frankfurt Book Fair.
Congrats,
But there's,
Frankfurt Book
but there's
Fair.
gonna be a Manila launch in December.
And we're looking forward to that. Of course, you're gonna invite us.
Of course.
Let's quickly talk about that. Frank Book Fair, you were a guest of honor, aside, of course, from the Philippines being the guest of honor as well. So there's a lot to
I'm
discuss.
not a guest of one.
I saw the
I'm just
letter.
one of them.
I saw
Okay.
the letter.
It's in our head, she's a guest of honor.
So there's a lot of talk about that. We'll talk about that when we get back, because we will be taking a quick break. Keep you guys hanging. More about AA Patawaran and more stories from him, of course, when we get back here at the Daily Dish.
Welcome back. You're still watching The Daily Dish. Of course, we're still with veteran lifestyle journalist, AA Patawaran. AA, please, this book is going to be super amazing. Can you tell our audience where they can get their hands and when can they get their hands on it?
The book is going to be available maybe in early December. It's going to be launched. There's going to be a big launch in December, and this is published by Anvil Publishing. Thank you, Sandra Ramos, for always believing in me.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
AA. Unfortunately, we don't have time anymore, but we want you back. And of course, we're going to talk about this before you even launch it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And
Thank you, AA.
more power, and we hope this book becomes a bestseller.
Thank you
All
so
right,
much.
thank you so much. Thank you. We've got more news for you on The Daily Dish. Mai, take it away.
Thank you, Ferdi. Breaking news here on Bilyonaryo News Channel. After months of silence, former Ako Bicol Party List Representative Zaldico finally speaks up, claiming President Bongbong Marcos personally ordered the 100 billion peso BICAM insertion on flood control and other projects. Ko said he hopes he does not get killed before revealing everything with receipts, evidence, and names.
Nagamit ng administrasyon ang buong resources ng bansa para tumahimik ako. That he will shoot me if I will talk. Gagamitin ako bilang panakipbutas sa kanilang kampanya laban sa korupsyon. May resibo, may ebidensya, at may pangalan.
He also said Budget Secretary Amena Pangandaman confirmed the order, and former Speaker Martin Romualdez told him, quote, what the president wants, he gets. Romualdez allegedly even told Ko not to return to the Philippines as he will be taken care of as instructed by the president. Ko accused the administration of silencing him, positioning him as a poster boy of their lies.
Nakaplanong bumalik pagkatapos ng SONA ni Pangulo. Pero habang papauwi na ako, tinawagan ako ni dating Speaker Martin Romualdez at sinabihan, stay out of the country. You will be well taken care of as instructed by the President. Noon naniniwala pa ako sa kanila, kaya't hindi ako bumalik. Tumikom ang aking bibig, sumunod ako, pero ang hindi ko alam, ang ibig pala nilang sabihin sa aalagaan ka namin ay gagamitin ako bilang panakipbutas sa kanilang kampanya laban sa korupsyon. Ginawa nila akong poster boy ng kanilang sariling kasinungalingan. Nagsimula ito nung tumawag si Sekmina Pangandaman sa akin nung nagumpisa ang BICAM process last year, 2024. Ang sabi niya, katatapos lang ng meeting nila ni Pangulo at may instructions na mag-insert or magpasok ng 100 billion worth of projects sa BICAM. At sinabi pa ni Sekmina, right after our conversation, tinawagan ko po si dating Speaker Martin Romualdez at nireport ko ang instructions ng Presidente to insert the 100 billion projects. At sinabi niya sa akin, what the President wants, he gets.
In other parts of the world, South Korea and the U.S. have finalized a joint fact sheet on trade and security agreements. President Lee Jae-myung announced this on Friday. He says the two countries will expand cooperation on shipbuilding, artificial intelligence, and the nuclear industry, including South Korea's plan to build nuclear-powered submarines. The agreements follow last month's summit in Gyeongju with President Donald Trump, where the leaders also agreed to cut U.S. import duties on South Korean goods from 25% to 15%. As heat-related deaths climb past 500,000 worldwide each year, a group of philanthropists is committing $300 million to develop life-saving solutions in a warming world. The funding, announced at the COP30 climate talks in Brazil, will focus on gathering data and identifying the most effective investments to address extreme heat, air pollution, and climate-driven disease.
Extreme heat is killing one person every minute. I mean, this demands a completely new playbook for health systems that were born out of the 20th century, post-World War. Those systems were built for infectious diseases, which was the biggest scourge of the time. Now things have evolved, they've changed.
Brazil, the COP30 host, also launched the Belém Health Action Plan, a new effort urging countries to coordinate climate-related health policies across government agencies. The $300 million commitment comes on top of an estimated $1 to $2 billion in public funding already going towards research on climate and health. North Korea is rejecting a new G7 statement calling for its complete denuclearization. State media reports Pyongyang's foreign minister called the statement a disguised hostile act and says given today's grim geopolitical environment, nuclear weapons remain North Korea's most correct option for deterring what she described as hostile states. The declaration was released after this week's G7 foreign ministers meeting in Canada. King Charles turned 77 today, celebrating his birthday in Wales after a year of diplomatic wins overshadowed by family troubles. Despite his cancer diagnosis and continued controversies involving Prince Andrew and Prince Harry, royal watchers say his reign has gone better than expected. The king logged key foreign relations successes, including a second state visit with President Donald Trump and a historic moment at the Vatican where he prayed with Pope Leo, the first such act in nearly 500 years. But Prince Andrew's scandal continues to dominate headlines, with biographers saying it has upstaged the monarchy's work. Still, analysts say Charles has exceeded expectations, even showing early signs of reconciliation with Harry after a rare meeting in September. Pope Leo XIV is sharing his 4 favorite films, a mix of American and European classics that highlight themes of faith, family, and resilience. His picks include It's a Wonderful Life, The Sound of Music, Ordinary People, and Life is Beautiful.
My 4 favorite films: It's a Wonderful Life with Jimmy Stewart from 1946, The Sound of Music from 1965 with Julie Andrews, Ordinary People, the year was 1980, the stars were Donald Sutherland and Mary Tyler Moore, La Vita è Bella 1997, Roberto Benigni.
The Pontiff revealed his list ahead of a weekend gathering at the Vatican with about 36 Hollywood stars, including Cate Blanchett, Chris Pine, and Adam Scott. The event is part of the church's Holy Year and aims to open deeper conversations between the Vatican and the film industry.
One of modern basketball's long-standing partnerships has come to an end. NBA superstar Steph Curry has parted ways with Under Armour after 13 years. In a statement, the sportswear giant says it will still release his last signature shoe in February next year. Curry's namesake athletic brand is now going solo and can now seek a new retail partner. Curry was one of the Baltimore-based company's signature athletes. He visited the Philippines twice, in 2015 and in 2018 as brand ambassador. Meanwhile, in tennis, Carlos Alcaraz is ending the year as the best in the world. The Spanish sensation defeated Italy's Lorenzo Musetti in the ATP finals to end Jannik Sinner's chances of securing the world #1 ranking. Alcaraz is still on track to win his first ATP Finals trophy. Still, he's had a phenomenal campaign in 2025. Carlitos ruled 3 Grand Slam tournaments this year, winning the French, US, and the Australian Open titles.
A shocking moment for Ariana Grande after a man grabbed her on the red carpet at the Wicked for Good premiere in Singapore. She was greeting fans along with other stars when the man suddenly rushed towards her and threw his arm around her shoulders. Her co-star Cynthia Erivo quickly stepped in, pushing the man away. The intruder has been identified as social media personality Pajama Man, who calls himself the troll most hated. He later posted the clip online writing, "Dear Ariana Grande, thank you for letting me jump on the yellow carpet with you." A look at his Instagram shows he has pulled similar stunts, interrupting the Chainsmokers and approaching Katy Perry on stage during a Sydney concert in June. Meanwhile, reinvention for both Kim Chiu and Paolo Avellino as they explore a new genre in their latest roles on the streaming platform. Here's a look at the mystery thriller, The Alibi.
Kim Chiu and Paolo Avellino are back on screen, turning heads and raising temperatures with the newest mystery romance series, The Alibi. Since its premiere, the series has claimed the top spot among the most watched shows on Prime Video Philippines. Viewers have been particularly drawn to the chemistry between the two stars. Kim and Paolo say they wanted to bring something new to the table this time around.
Kailangan mo sabihin sa mga pulis na magkasama tayo buong gabi.
I accepted The Alibi for my growth as an actor. Para I want to show my audience or the fans a different side of my acting, a deeper level of acting.
I always want something different. And they gave us something different, not just for me, but also for Kim. And upon reading the script, it drew me in.
Hindi ko rin jowa yun. Nagbigay lang ako ng statement sa mga pulis.
Kim also shared how she prepared for the role.
Pumunta ako sa bar where may mga sumasayaw, may mga nakita ko kung paano sila makipag-interact with their customers. And nag-aral din akong mag-pole dancing. And nanood din ako ng mga ganitong klaseng roles sa mga movies, ganyan, old films, para ready ako and I have something new to offer.
This is the second series for the Kim Pao tandem to hit #1 on Prime Video Philippines following their first hit, Lin Lang. The first 2 episodes already introduced viewers to a whirlwind of drama centered on the mysterious murder of Walter, played by Sam Milby. The case draws Vincent into a web of lies,
dark secrets, and complicated romance, including his growing bond with Stella, an ex-convict and escort, who became his alibi for a ₱1 million offer.
Magbabayad ako.
What starts as a business arrangement between Vincent and Stella quickly spirals into a tangle of deceit
₱1 million.
and forbidden attraction,
Walang kahit na sino mong dapat makaalam na may connection ako kay Wally.
keeping viewers on edge and eager for more.
The funny part about, I think, about this show is you'll be riddled with questions, but at the same time, bombarded with answers.
Madami. Blow by blow by blow by blow. Parang whenever you watch an episode, gusto mo pa ng another episode. Another episode to another episode. Kasi every episode unwrap a secret. So, every time na ang daming mystery nito, this is parang thriller, suspense, mystery, drama, romance. Name it, nandito yun sa The Alibi.
Dive into the dark secrets and steamy drama of The Alibi, streaming now.
What does it take to turn any celebration into a one-of-a-kind experience? Find out from Ginger Gaddi, the stylist behind some of the country's most creative events, coming up next on The Daily Dish. Welcome back. You're still watching The Daily Dish. Creating a truly memorable event is both an art and science, from conceptualizing themes to executing flawless details.
And today we're speaking with Ginger Gaddi, one of the Philippines' top event stylists, about the craft, the creativity behind successful celebrations. So glad to have you with us, Ginger.
Yes, I love, her fit. I was looking at her fit, not just like her styling events, but her fit is amazing.
And you know that she really has a passion for styling because it doesn't just get executed on the events, but also on her fit, as you've mentioned.
She said she can style us on the show already.
Okay, it's a yes. It's a yes. You can't say no. Okay, Ginger, let's talk about your passion for styling. It's very evident. How did you get started? Because I know this story when I met you, and you made women cry when they heard your story. You started really young. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I started 2018. It was after my graduation in college, and then I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what career, I didn't know what job, or what I would do in my life. So I was just there in the house for 8 months. So out of boredom, I tried to decorate my room. And I started the spark again into doing arts and crafts. And so after that, my sister is from Dubai. She went home and we went to a Batanes trip. So we went to the islands of Batanes and then gate crashed a wedding.
Oh, gate
For the
crashed
record,
a wedding?
you gate crashed a wedding.
Yes,
Okay.
we gate crashed a wedding. And then from there, I saw the people who were making the florals, doing the setup. And it was like a light bulb moment for me, like, okay, this is something that I can also do.
Yeah.
So when I went back to Manila, my sister enrolled me to SOFA, and then I did a short course for event design and interior styling. So after that, I was also a scholar from Teddy Manuel Masterclass. And then that was it.
Oh, we love Teddy Manuel. We had him on the show.
He is my mentor. He is my mentor.
Do you remember your first ever wedding that you did?
Yeah, I can still remember. She's an OFW from London. Her name is Jenny. And then my package back then was 55,000 pesos for reception and ceremony. But then again, since it was my first wedding, abonado ako ng 8,000 pesos.
OMG.
Wow, but of
Girl,
course
let me lock in that price now for my wedding.
No, Ginger, 7 digits na siya mo.
I'm gonna lock in the early bird special.
But it's not just the weddings that you actually do.
Yes.
You do a lot of these corporate events and also big brand names, and you work with celebrities. So
Yes.
tell us about that. Actually, no. Let me rephrase that question.
Okay, go.
Working with these big brands and you were just starting, what was that most challenging moment that you remember? Yung talagang
think
napaiyak ka.
the most challenging, ang dami. I can't remember anything specific, but I think I started paving a way for the corporate events nung nag-pandemic din. Kasi, of course, humina yung social events. And so brands were looking at doing something intimate, and then they hired me for like workshops, floral workshops. So that was the start of it. And then for the wedding naman, my breakthrough was, I always tell this is the wedding of Rizal Gatella and Fort Solomon. So they had their wedding during the pandemic, and it was 30 packs only in Las Casas. So after that, yung wedding na yun was featured with a lot of social media and then magazines, and then a lot of the big event planners started to inquire to me.
Wow, sold, girl. But Ginger, your occupation is very competitive, and it's hard to break through, especially at such a young age. So I guess this is a two-part question. How do you keep yourself unique and relevant against your competitors, and what would you say your style would be?
I think my style as a person is I'm very versatile. I don't put myself in a box like this is my only style. I want to explore a lot of different genres of design, and like when I do travel, it feels like every place that I go through is there's an imprint of that place to my DNA, and then I try to express it in my own understanding into like doing events.
Okay, I totally get you with that because being a chameleon is very important.
I'm actually interested as well, for those international clients that you have, what is the uniquely Filipino touch or trend that you see them wanting in their events?
So right now I'm seeing a lot of trends with fruits, with like contemporary items that they use for the centerpieces, which is so me kasi, as a creative, I want to use a lot of different things and like try to integrate it into my work. So now we're on the fruits era.
I saw that on her Instagram. She did a rambutan centerpiece,
Yeah,
right?
a rambutan
It was
centerpiece.
so sick. I was like, who would have thought a rambutan would look so good?
Bringing agriculture to the table,
Yeah.
right?
So like, I don't want to be in a box. I want to like always try to mix different things.
Yeah.
And like try to challenge the people who will see my work as like the same reaction. Who would have thought that a rambutan can be so good?
You're always pushing the envelope.
Yeah.
Okay, Ginger, I could relate so much that to not be in a box and all about freedom and entrepreneurial mindset, entrepreneurship. But of course, what we see online is always the smiles, you dancing, showing these big events. But the truth is, in any business, and I know this myself too, there are difficult clients. Let's talk about that. Have you gone through, have you had any experience, those challenging?
Especially right? We
That
hear
too.
about that.
I hope you don't turn into one, Mo.
I'm a chillzilla.
You're a chill
siya.
one. Okay. So I think, most of the bridezillas, I don't think there's even a bridezilla. Kasi for me, it's all about trying to communicate and understand what they really like, and make sure that you communicate yung ano yung pinaka-look, kung ano yung gusto ng bride mo. So parang magkakaroon ka lang ng difficult client if hindi mo siya na-deliver in terms of yung meeting pa lang, hindi mo na-set yung expectation. She had a different look in her mind, and hindi mo yun na-understand, and hindi mo yun na-set up. So I think dun siya nagiging challenge. Pero right now natuto na ako. So I think nasa stage na ako in life where I can really tell, or I can really
Sabihin mo na
execute.
demand. You can also demand.
Demand also as well. And then, yun.
Has there been a moment where their demands were so high, it really pushed you and actually pivoted the way you thought of how you would style and go about your work?
So I think one of the most recent weddings that we had, I think really pushed us as a creative group in the industry, is the wedding of Jazz Reyes, if you know.
Yes, of course.
Jazz Reyes and Mig. So Jazz is a very creative person. Migs is a director. So working with them, they know what they really want. And then it's up to me na lang how do I want to express this two person like loving each other, and then make the venue feel like you're being transported into another venue.
Okay,
So-
Ginger, what about your favorite event because you were truly able to express all your capabilities as an event stylist?
Favorite event? Well, siguro yung recent event namin with the Opulence, the new Nocturnal. So, I got to style the Halloween party of Mond and Ash. So, it's a new thing for me. And like, yeah, we like trying to do a lot of things. So, yeah, that's...
Before we wrap up, Ginger, if you were to actually style your life in an event, what would it look like?
Actually, a lot of people would ask me, if you're gonna get married, for sure your wedding will be like super bongga, super ganito, ganyan. But I think as a person, I'm the opposite. I want to lean on the simpler side. I want to be, I want an intimate wedding, if ever, in the future.
Yeah.
As in, it's just gonna be me and like, very simple.
Because you've seen it all already, so I feel like
exactly.
you're like, oh, it's okay.
Just you, your husband, and a rambutan.
Yeah, and a rambutan.
Just a rambutan.
Yes, and a rambutan.
But that's very interesting to know about you. I guess because you're exposed to that already almost every day.
Yeah,
True.
but you know, Chal, I'm so excited because next on the show, when we come back, she's gonna design something and we're gonna do a quick demo. She'll walk us through the art of creating the perfect centerpiece. I don't know if we have rambutans today, but I don't know what she brought. We'll see. And we just might take on the challenge. Oh, I wasn't told. We're gonna do it too.
We're doing it
So
live,
stay after the
live.
break because this is gonna be so exciting. Stay with the Daily Dish.
Welcome back to the Daily Dish. Earlier, we got to know the Ginger Gaddi, the creative force behind some of the most stunning events and celebration. Now, it's time to see that creativity in action with us, Mo.
Yeah, I'm nervous about this.
Yeah, Ginger is here to show us how she brings elegance, personality to every table through her beautiful centerpieces, and we will be doing it.
Exactly. We're not just watching, we're literally learning, and she's going to walk us through step by step the process and show us how to make something truly eye-catching for any occasion, whether it's for a wedding, a dinner party, or just a special day at home. We can't wait to see what Ginger makes, and especially it's Christmas season because I see all the ornaments and the pine cones. So we're going to make something for your Christmas centerpiece. So Ginger, walk us through what we're going to do.
Okay, so we're making a DIY Christmas centerpiece that you can do at home.
Okay.
So this is a driftwood. You can actually get this.
Sorry, what do you call it?
Driftwood.
A driftwood.
I was like,
The wood that just drifts in there. That
Yeah.
really just
So
wood that you see.
you can get
Okay.
a random driftwood in your house or in your
Perfect.
bakuran and then style it. So first, I have the materials. We have some tools here: pruner, scissors, scotch tape, wire cutters, and this is a
Are
floral
these
foam.
edible? Oh, the cranberries.
It's not.
Food again,
So
no, food.
first is we have to put these fillers. These are fresh.
Oh,
you can smell
where
it.
do you
This
get
is
this?
from the
These?
cypress.
Did you go to Tagaytay?
No, you can
it
get
smells
this in
so
Dangwa.
good.
So if you go to Dangwa,
Yes, okay.
this
I
one is
love
just
Dangwa.
25 pesos.
Okay,
But you know, when I go
This one
there,
is
they
also-
always hike the price when they hear my
Yeah,
accent.
this one is also like 30 pesos per bundle. So you can
Okay,
get
now
a
I know.
Pero pag si Mo ang humingi,
It's gonna be
100
50 pesos.
and
Yes.
Okay.
So
Now
what
I know
we're
the
gonna do
price.
is just put it on the floral foam. So we'll just try to cover
Put it in there, okay. So what's your tip? Because of course we all know that we just have to stick it in, but to make it look elegant, what's your basic tip for every person watching who wants to do this?
And do we
too?
have to soak this foam beforehand?
Yes.
You
so
do?
This is soaked with water. So well, my tip is just to play around. Just to play around. No rules for me.
Okay,
There's no rules.
Yeah, no rules.
Okay, Dua Lipa, no rules.
It's in the balance of everything. So if you feel like it's okay, then that's
What
it.
are these?
So this is called cypress, and that's just a random talahib.
Just a random.
Yeah, just a random
Talahib. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Talahib
then
to
if you have
centerpiece.
your old Christmas balls at home,
Yes.
Actually,
then you
any
can just wire
ornaments.
it.
You know who
Yeah,
has
any
great ornaments? Crate and Barrel. They had great ornaments yesterday when we went, so y'all better check that out for your centerpieces and
Yep.
trees.
But also, you know, when you open your Christmas boxes to start decorating your home, oftentimes these ornaments, natatanggal yung tali.
Yeah,
so you get to
natatanggal
use
yung
the one
tali.
here.
Yeah.
Where do you get pine cones here in the Philippines?
Also Dangwa.
Dangwa is
has
where it's at.
everything.
So this can just
I was
can
going
you
to
like
answer Baguio.
let it
Baguio. I went to Baguio. Yes, you can just put it there.
So
and
it's
then-
really just putting it in, no
yeah,
rules.
no rules for me. Because the more you overthink about it, the more
Yeah, that's what I
you'll
tend to
just-
do. That's why my
Yeah.
creativity like stops because I
So
overthink.
it just has to, you just have to enter the flow state of creating. Just let your hands do it.
We need more red a bit here in the, in the
Yes,
front.
yes. So more and then more over here.
And
Oh my
this
gosh,
you
this
could
is so
actually
fun.
use for the dinners and actually put in, as funny as it sounds about the rambutan, I really like that whole idea.
Thank
Putting
you.
in
It's
fruits,
cool.
lemons,
Yeah.
rambutan, calamansi.
Yeah.
Do you have to
exactly.
dehydrate them first, or how do you handle the fruit?
Well, it's as is. You
Oh,
can
like
just
literally
use
just cut it and
yeah,
then
just cut it and
So
style
for
it and-
example, for here, where would you put like the calamansi or something?
So for here, I would suggest you want to place your focal design on the areas that people can see really easily. So it's gonna be here or there. So after that, actually we're also done.
Oh my God, it looks so pretty,
That's
and we
it.
filled
That's
it in
it.
like 5 minutes.
Centerpiece, 50 seconds.
Wow.
50 seconds.
That looks so gorgeous. This was so easy. Y'all
And
can
ladies
literally
and
do this at
gentlemen, this
home.
is your 10,000 peso centerpiece already made by Mo, Chal, and Ginger Gaddi.
I love it. It'll be up for
And then I have a
auction.
candle here, so we can just stick it on this
Also,
side.
even with the candle, because most people think, right, like when you have candles and all that, you need like a proper stand. So when it comes to this,
You
the
can
foam
just
is your best
yes,
friend.
the foam is your best friend.
Okay, as free-flowing as we want it to be, of course, there are certain things that, of course, we have to remember in styling so that hindi naman siya masyadong kalat.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
talk about themes. How do we actually stick to it? How do we edit ourselves? I think
Yeah.
it's the hardest.
Yeah, because
How
she
do we
said just
edit
put whatever, and I'm like, girl,
I'm
that's
gonna put my slippers, my
everything.
My guiding point is to always have negative spaces in between your accents, in between your arrangement.
So when you say negative spaces, it's actually let it breathe.
Yes, negative spaces. So here, I want to put it in the middle, and then I'll put a space here, or maybe I'll just put something that's so low on this area, so that you have this variation of like
High,
tall,
low.
and
I
then small, and then another high.
Now,
over
what are the
here.
rules for color? Like
For
what colors go
stick
together?
to 3 colors. If
3.
you're not that confident on mixing a lot of different colors, or you're not that confident to like explore bold colors, just stick to
Bold
3.
colors.
Bold colors.
Highlighter colors.
over here.
Exactly. So
What are
just-
the best flowers to work with, especially for Christmas? For those who love to
For
work with flowers.
Christmas, well, for me, most practical options is carnation, because carnation, it lives a long life. And then the baby's breath, this is also nice. That one, the white one. And then the roses are
Okay,
always...
I'm gonna take advantage of you being here right now, Ginger, because we all love flowers, of course. How do we make them stay longer?
Okay, the secret
have like a
is...
food
How do we
powder
keep them
thing,
alive
right?
for long?
Yes, the secret is to change the water every day and cut the stems.
Is there any truth about, putting certain
The powder that
meds
comes
or
with it,
powder?
Yes, there is a flower food that we call, but I just use Zon rocks.
Zon rocks,
Yeah.
it won't kill the flower?
It won't kill as long as you put a
drop?
drop of it.
Okay, so
'Cause-
change the
crazy.
water
I just learned
every
something.
day.
Yes.
And then
A drop of Zon rock.
Zon
A drop of Zon rocks.
Wow.
Because the Zon rocks is the antibacterial of the water.
We learn something new
amazing.
every
Well,
day.
Ginger, thank you so much
Thank
for those
you.
tips and for making us more creative, Chal. I'm so excited.
Yay.
We're ready for the Christmas season. Thank you so much, Ginger Gaddi, for sharing her creativity, insights, and inspirations today. We loved having you. We learned so
Thank you.
much. Thank you.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Her work, of course, proves that thoughtful design can turn any event into unforgettable stories. Thank you so much again, Ginger, for sharing your journey with us. More power to you. And we hope to have you back on the Daily Dish.
Yes.
Valentine's naman.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That looks great. Good job, ladies. You made it look so easy. Now, the holiday season is fast approaching, and Conrad Manila will always be there to share the good vibes. Let's take a peek as the luxury hotel unveils its stunning Christmas display.
Bright holidays, brilliant memories. That's what Conrad Manila hopes to bring to their guests as they celebrated their annual Christmas tree lighting event.
The Christmas Christmas season certainly comes early in the Philippines. And here at this hotel by the bay, it's shining, shimmering, and splendid. Some of the country's top-notch musicians fill the night with festive melodies. Manila unveiled its stunning Christmas display. At its center, their iconic crystal Christmas trees symbolizing joy and togetherness.
So tell us about the Christmas theme for this year at Conrad Manila. What is so special for the guests this year?
Well, it's all about bright holidays and memories. So to me, I think Christmas is all about giving, sharing, and the most important thing to me is about families, especially now. Although I've only been in Philippines 5 weeks, I'm new. I've already been through 2 typhoons, and especially now in the Philippines, we need to hold our friends and family close because there's a lot going on in the world, and Christmas is all about giving back and looking after each other. And also at the Conrads in Manila, we encompass that in what we do here. The families are all welcome.
You will be welcoming a whole lot of balikbayans, Filipinos from overseas. What offerings await them or surprises maybe from Conrad?
Well, I mean, the food offering, everybody loves food, and particularly, I've learned that Filipinos really love their food. And we've got the Sea Lounge, so overlooking the bay.
Well, you have certainly got the best view in town. So any other special offerings out there in terms of creating new memories for families this Christmas season?
I think it's all about, for here, it's all about multi-generation. Again, for the Filipinos, it's all about families and looking after multi-generational families. So, come to the Conrad. You can bring your parents and grandparents and the next generation, the little ones as well, and we'll look after all variations of age and all of your family.
What about greeting 2026, greeting the new year? Anything special planned?
Well, I mean, you can't beat this location for New Year's Eve, right overlooking Manila Bay. And you've got what I call the fun park in front of us, the wheel, which everybody knows. The fireworks at 12 o'clock, it's the place to be, really. Come down to Manila Bay, enjoy the hospitality of Conrad, and enjoy the fireworks of an evening as well.
Leading the night celebration is Elizabeth C., president of SM Hotels and daughter of business magnate Henry C. And as the hotel marks almost a decade of luxury, guests can look forward to more dazzling experiences and grand celebrations this holiday season. For the Daily Dish, Mai Rodriguez, Bilyonaryo News Channel.
A big shout out to Ginger for our
Yeah, that is amazing.
Christmas decor.
Merry Christmas, everyone. We look so Christmasy now.
We all feel the Christmas spirit, and it's now how many days until Christmas?
41. I am so early.
41.
41 days.
41 days.
But before we go, guys,
Another celebration.
We have another celebration. We want to greet our very own floor director, Ate Eileen.
Happy
birthday! We got cake for you. Happy birthday!
She has been the one, giving us all the wonderful directions here.
Don't cry.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
Eileen,
Surprise!
blow your candle. Happy birthday! Yay!
Thank you for taking care of us every day.
Correct. All right, bye. Let's read it from here with Eileen.
That's it for us today, Friday, November 14. Join us again on Monday for more Real Talk.
A lot of spilled tea and tears.
With zero filter and lots of cake. I'm Monique Tuzon. Anytime is a good time because it's always more fun with us.
I'm Ferdi Salvador, always on top of the news and stories that matter most.
Sabay tayo. I'm Chal on top. Stay tuned to the Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Thanks for making us your lunchtime companion. I'm Mai Rodriguez. That's the Daily Dish served. Happy Friday.
Happy weekend!